Hello friends, Kofhearts Designs back once again, this time with an energetic and exciting tutorial on graphic design. In this video, I'll teach you how to create a flyer design. Unlike poster or billboard banners, a flyer allows the freedom to pack a lot of information because the recipient will take it home. So we have the luxury to pack lots of information, but we cannot do so by compromising the graphic design principles. So in this video, we will create a double-sided banner for a gym business, which you can print and hand out to your prospective customers. This was a real project for a real client, but I have changed the brand information to respect the privacy. We will start this time with Photoshop. I'll use Photoshop to create the background image for the flyer. Photoshop is great for complex image editing, so we will leverage its capabilities to create a complex yet intriguing gym-themed background for the flyer. Let's start by picking a A5 size canvas since A5 is a popular size for flyers. You can also use other sizes like A4 or letter based on your needs. We will create 2 copies since we are designing the front and back of the flyer. I'll start by picking a dark image for the background which will be the base for our design. For this I'll search for a suiting image in Unsplash. Let's import the downloaded image and make it slightly darker. Next, for some of the foreground images of athletes, I'll go to Canva and search for some gym portrait images of people and download them to use in Photoshop. Make sure to pick the images that match our dark background. I'll also add a texture to blend with background. Let's import the texture image on top of our background and change its blending mode to blend with the background and make it a little more interesting. We will make some of the parts darker so that the text can be legible in these parts. Let's bring our first athlete and adjust the brightness and color to match it with the background. In Photoshop, we can use layer masks to hide parts of photos and blend seamlessly with the background. Here we will use generative fill to bring in some part of the rope. Next, let's adjust the color of the athlete to generate a vibe. We will go with reddish-yellow color tone. I am painting on the layer mask to hide and reveal parts of the photo and blend with the background. This athlete will be the main focus of the design, so we need to cut out cleanly. One thing you may notice here is with lots of images we are losing focus. So we will make this bottom athlete more prominent and blend other athletes with the background. This restores focus on the bottom athlete. One way to achieve this is to blur the other athletes and make them darker and blend with the background. Let's make the background a little more darker so that the focus is on the main athlete at the front. We can do this by creating a solid black layer and changing the blend modes. Now final colors adjustments with camera raw filter, and our background image should be ready to be taken to Canva for composition. So our background image is now complete. We will now work on composition by first importing this background image to Canva. Let's open a 5-size canvas in Canva and import our background image that we prepared in Photoshop. We will use the same background in both sides of the flyer, but for the back side, we will remove this bottom athlete to make it a little different. So now let's start putting the text and other elements. We will start with a big bold heading. It's a good idea to put a margin so that elements don't touch the borders. This will not look good and is in danger of being cut out when printing. I have used big bold fonts for the headings to match the overall theme. Let me quickly generate a gym logo using Canva AI. See how easy it is to create a logo for your business. We will remove the background and put this logo on top right corner. Starting with a logo also helps with color choice. You can pick colors right from the logo to make the design look branded. How to make the design look more interesting. One way is to do special treatment on things like list. I would like to create an interesting shape for the list of points or features in this case. You can use interesting shapes to put the list points on. Using a combination of shapes, I am creating a placeholder for the list points. Now let's add the features on top of this custom-made interesting holders for list points. On the left squares, we will put icons to represent the points. Let me group and resize the elements, so they don't block the face of the bottom athlete. Let's add the call to action. We will add a QR code and pair it with a discount. This makes the design lot more interesting. There are lots of discount texts and styles in Canva. To spice up the design, we can add a touch of an accent color. See what colors are dominant, and try to use a complementary color to be an accent. Let's add the social media icons and orient them vertically at the side of the QR code. The real client had their channels in these platforms. If you don't find logos of some brands in Canva, then you can search in Google and download the logos from Wikipedia page, which is normally free to use for commercial purpose. Now let's work on the back side of the flyer. We will put the logo. Let's add the title for the page. I'll bring in an image of a bodybuilder for a quote. This is a member who is sharing the feedback on the business. We can use speech bubbles to put the quote. Make sure the images you are using in your composition are similar in style and color. In this design I am using two fonts. Bernoru Expanded for headings and Railway for body copy. It is best to limit the number of font choices to 2 to 3. Remember, less is more in design. Always make sure the elements don't encroach the margin we have set up. Leaving white space around the contents and on the border makes the design appealing and prevents accidental cutout of content. As I look at this accent color, we can make it pop even more. If we are not sure whether the color is a complementary of the main color, we can use tool like Canva color wheel to find the exact complementary of the chosen color. Complementary colors provide the best contrast and are very attractive when used properly. On the back side, I want to put a mock-up of the website of the business shown from a laptop. So for this, I need to quickly create a website mock-up. I'll use ChatGPT to generate a mock-up image of the website giving the flyer as reference to match the brand style. So ChatGPT has generated the website mockup. Let's download this image and put it inside the laptop frame. Let's adjust it slightly so that the top website navigation is visible and it looks like a website. So now our design is almost complete. Let's check the alignments of the elements and do final refinements. Here we see one issue. The points are blocking the head of the hero image. So let's make it so that the head of the athlete is clearly visible. For this, I'll move the background image slightly lower and fill the top blank space with generative fill. Sometimes AI makes mistakes. So let's remove this by using Magic Eraser. On the back side, let's move the logo to the bottom and enlarge the heading slightly. So our design is complete. Let's download the images and apply them to flyer mockups to see how it looks in real world after printing. Whenever you are doing projects for clients like this, after creating the design, be sure to apply them in mockups and send the designs as well as mockups to clients. The client will normally not be able to know how it looks, so giving a mockup will give a better idea on the final product. A flyer is an important piece of marketing material. It is often a challenge because of the amount of information you need to pack, but by applying correct design principles and an eye for design, you can create an effective flyer for your business. This much for now. Hope to see you soon.